What is going on, guys? My name is Sean Barnard, and today I'm here with ilbetting.com, here to take a look at Caesars Sportsbook, take you through the whole interface of that app, the sign-up process, how to deposit money, and break down the pros and cons of the sportsbook compared to those other on the market. Caesars Sportsbook was legalized in Illinois in 2021, but did not roll out until 2022. Since that time, it's done a nice job establishing a market share within the state. They do offer all that you can need as far as the Chicago Sky, Chicago Bulls, Chicago Cubs, Chicago Blackhawks, Chicago Bears, whoever you could possibly want to bet on within the state's boundaries are offered on the app. And I want to kick things off by jumping into how you exactly set up an account and how you get rolling on the process. So I'm going to start off by pulling you out to the sign-on screen, the Welcome to Caesars Sportsbook. So this is the website here. The website right at the top is just caesars.com/sportsbook-casino/IL for, of course, Illinois. And right at the top, they are offering a promo code right at the beginning. You can see, obviously, football season coming up. For New Year's users only, to bet $50 and get $250 in return. So deposit and place your first wager of $50 more. You get a $50 bonus bet upon settlement, as well as an additional $50 bonus bets in each subsequent Monday. So stretches out for a couple weeks, that one. I would like to remind you guys that these promo codes are constantly shifting, constantly changing, and there's times where it's better to jump in and times where it's better to wait. And it's always important to make sure to check our website at ilbetting.com. You can check the link in the description of this video to stay up to date with the promo codes and evaluate when the right time is for you to create an account and get active. Now, to sign up on Caesars Sportsbook, you want to go into the top right corner here at the sign up button. You go to this over here. It pulls you into the login section. So you're going to enter your email address in here. For example, I'm going to type Sean at ilbetting.com. If I was creating an account here, it starts you off with this promo code. As I mentioned, make sure to keep in mind for that. And then you would go through the process, create a password, create a phone number. You'll have to verify your identity for this, but this is the steps of setting up your account. So once you have do that, I do want to skip some steps and make sure that we get inside the actual website now and take you through the next couple things. But it is the process. You will have to verify. You will likely have to share your ID. Actually, I know you will have to share your ID as well as a couple other steps. It will use some geolocation technology to make sure you're within the state's boundaries in Illinois. But once you've done that, it's nothing against the norm compared to other apps out there. Then you are good to go and get started on the app. So here we are logged into Caesars Sportsbook. If you want to deposit money, which is the first thing you need to do before you place a bet, you do go to the top right corner here. You click on your account and there is a deposit button right here. The minimum deposit on Caesars is $20. Once you have that $20 deposited, that you can deposit or you can wager as little or as much as you want, but the minimum that you must put in at time is $20. And to deposit that, you have a number of options here. The number one, you have online banking, which I would say is probably the most common. Credit or debit card is right up there as well. These two are the most efficient and quickest compared to it. You pretty much deposit and it's right there for you to use. In addition, there is PayPal, eCheck, Pay Near Me, as well as the Caesars Sportsbook and Casino Play Plus prepaid account. So some awesome options there. All the basics that you could cover. This is pretty standard for what is expected from an online sportsbook and casino, that any of these options are effective and do the job the same. So let's say you drop in your money there and you are good to go. So we'll return to the main screen here. When you scroll through the top, here are the options as far as leagues and sports that you do have to wager on. Some of the more basic, the MLB, soccer, golf, NFL preseason, auto, UFC, tennis, NFL, everything you can need. And you can see right below this, they have a couple odds boost and wagers offered already. There's the NFL bet that we talked about when we first logged on. That is their promo card for new users. We got Alonso and Acuna Jr. to each hit a home run, which that's a plus 2,200. That's pretty lengthy odds considering how hot both those guys have been. And they also have some quick picks, some parlays right here for the taking. Here's a Phillies one, David Peterson total strikeouts, all these things. So the cardiac Cubs. So if you want to look at a Cubs bet here before their game tonight. So Javier Assad, total pitching strikeouts over 3.5. Ian Happ, just one hit on the night. Dansby Swanson, one hit on the night. And then Nico Horner, over 1.5 hits. So plus 675 for that is decent value for that. Another thing that I'd like to mention right off the bat is the boost here. So here are a couple of the boosts. We got Cody Bellinger and Seiya Suzuki, each over 1.5 total bases here. They got the dates on it, which I do like in a sports book. I think that's a nice thing in the interface there, just so you don't have that accidental mess up when you bet a game that is far in the future and not the one that you're trying to. So that is a nice thing that they do add the date right there in front of you. And you can scroll through these. These are ever changing. These are different every day. So this is something to keep in mind in there. And those are just the boosts that come in. You can sort them into sport as well. Here's 22 for baseball, 1 for football, and 7 for golf that are available on this specific day. and as well as the live betting. So live betting continues to grow in popularity. You can jump on the live betting right on the side button here. Right now, there's a Mexican Women's League of Soccer going on. So if you are a huge Cruz Azul fan, you can hop on them. Otherwise, you can go back to this left section and scroll to the sports that you want. So there's also a favorites tab, which is a nice part of the interface that you can add your favorite teams or favorite sports to bet on to add to this part, the athletics. So if we want to slide over to baseball, let's take a look at the Cubs because the Cubs are playing some really good baseball, coming to that home stretch as the playoffs approach, and they're playing the Detroit Tigers today. So Julio Assad is on the mound. The Cubs minus 125 on the money line, minus 1.5 on the run line. The over/under set at 9.5, minus 110 there. We're feeling the money line. Or you know what? Let's click and take a look at these entire options here. So it's split pretty much down to wherever you could want it. You can bet a player to hit a home run. If you think Dansby Swanson's got one in there, always an option, plus 360. Can never take that off the table with him. He's been playing some really good ball this year, as well as specific plate appearances. You can bet by batter if you want, every single one of them. The half inning lines, which are fun to play with, total bases, that's a good one. Ian Happ over 1.5 at plus 123. I like that. So let's say that's our one. So we're going to click on that. Gets added to the bet slip right over here. And then you can type in the wager. So right there, it says plus 123. If you were to put $20 on it, that would cash out for $44.60 right there. So that's a perfect way. And then I, of course, did not deposit. So you would just have to deposit and place the wager there. But that's as simple as that for placing the wager. It goes really smooth. It's an awesome way to do the interface. And it does. And it works exactly how you could possibly hope there. So it is nice to see that. The functionality of the interface is extremely nice. And I want to zoom out. Let's take a look at some of the football odds. So, of course, the NFL season is coming up. If you want to bet a Super Bowl winner already, let's say you're feeling super optimistic about the Chicago Bears. I don't know if this is a wager that I would recommend for anybody. If you want to run up and bet them to win the Super Bowl at plus 5,000, you absolutely can do that. And you will definitely get a little healthier of a payout for this one. So say you were to put $5 on that, that's a $255 payout. So a little bit of out on a limb there, not something I'd recommend, but that is good to see. They obviously have that as an option. The future bets as well, I'll scroll through and look. So we already covered the Super Bowl winner, but they also have it broken down into the conference winner, division winner. That might be a little more realistic for the Bears fans out there, as well as regular season MVP. I don't think Justin Fields is out of this equation. If he has a really good season, that he could put himself, and that is why he's mentioned with the top dogs of the NFL. So here he is at plus 2,500. Still a bit of an out on the limb wager, and one that I wouldn't necessarily recommend, but I do think that's an option. So I think that I would probably take over the Super Bowl. But the bottom line is that you can bet whatever you need here on Caesars Sportsbook. Now, I just wanted to run through a couple of the more pros and cons of the app and what you can specifically expect. Number one, that there is a strong mobile app for it. It does work well on the app. It's not required by website. It's not only used on website as some of these sites are that I've talked about on here. In addition, there's a number of payment options that you can utilize. Whatever is best for you, you can pretty much find a way. I know everyone's pretty much going to be online banking or use your debit or credit card, which are the most common nowadays. PayPal is also very effective on there, but those are awesome. And also the excellent customer service is a huge reputation of Caesars Sportsbook, that they've grown an awesome rep for the way that they handle issues. They get it resolved in a fast and effective manner. And that's something that's built up over years, and excited that they have that. As far as the negatives for Caesars Sportsbook, number one, some of the bonuses require a lengthy amount or a hefty amount of deposit for you to fully capitalize. Some of them asking as much as $1,250 for you to get to the max return in those. So that's a lot. That is for a big spender. The $20 deposit minimum is also a little high compared to some of the other sites. And lastly, it lacks a little bit of a loyalty program, that while they do have these options when it comes to first-time users and rolling out the red carpet for that, there's not as much compared to some other sites as far as rewarding some continued usage of the app. So you may get the red carpet rolled out when you first sign up, but there isn't as much to kind of keep you in the game as I've seen at other places. But overall, there isn't much to complain about Caesars Sportsbook. It has just about everything you could need. The interface is very smooth running. There's a lot that you could like. You can dig through, create as many different wagers as you want. There's a ton of options as far as sports and different places to wager on. So I would recommend Caesars Sportsbook as an effective sportsbook app. It's nice that they have a little bit some brick and mortar casinos as well that you kind of attaching to. That might add to the experience if you're able to travel, stay at a Caesars Sportsbook, and then use the Caesars Sportsbook app. So there's plenty to go off. I do recommend it. I do think it's a high quality sportsbook app, and it's something that I would recommend for anybody looking to get involved. Thank you guys for watching this, and I'll be back with some more breakdowns of some other sportsbooks.